Hello and welcome to week 6 of the Coursera Introduction to Music Production. This is final assignment, and today I'm going to be talking about the ADSR envelope, which is the voltage controlled amplifier stage. One of the most important parts of a synthesizer is the voltage controlled amplifier, or VCA. And it's a modulator or envelope attached to the main amplifier, which is triggered by each key press. So when you get a note on, the signal raises to a peak level, and that time is given by the attack time. And then the signal decays down to a second level, the sustain level, and so that's given by the decay time. And the sustain level determines the level at which the amplifier remains while the note is held down. And then when the key is released, the release time determines how long it will take to go from the sustain level down to 0. The first envelope that we're going to look at is the switch envelope, which is also very much like a Hammond organ, and it starts and stops when the key goes on and off, and it sustains for as long as the key is held down. The attack and decay times are 0, the sustain level is 100%, and the release time is 0. Now we're going to set this up in the synthesizer patch and have a listen. So we're using the ES1 synth, which is part of Logic Pro, and down in this section here we have the control over the envelope. As you can see, each of these parameters is labelled attack, decay, sustain, release. So for the switch, we set the attack to 0, decay to 0, sustain is on 100%, and the release to 0. And so if we start playing, that was terrible, but you can get the idea that it has a very quick note on, note off response. And it stays on for as long as we hold it. That's the sustain levels, keeping it there with no decay or release. Next we have the pluck or strike envelope. This is useful for simulating sounds like percussive instruments, like perhaps a drum. In this we set the attack to 0. The decay time is anywhere from 10 to 80%. 0 sustain, and the release time should be the same as the decay time. And this is using the decay time to control the length of the note, because the key release doesn't affect it. This is when you have systems where you have energy added once and it's left to naturally decay. So now we'll set the attack to 0, short delay, 0 sustain, and a release that matches the decay time. And that's a very percussive sound. Next is the damped pluck or strike envelope, which is the same as the pluck, except that the release time is 0 instead of matching the decay time. Next is the sustaining envelope, which is the most common sort of shape that we use. It has a low attack time, similarly low decay time, then a fairly high sustain level, and then a fairly short release time. This is particularly good for instruments such as the trumpet or the strings, where energy is added to the system. So let's try low attack, low decay, high sustain, and short release. Sorry, that was awful. Finally, there's the quirk, which was discovered accidentally by the lecturer, Loudon Stearns, and it hasn't got a real use. So you set attack to 0, decay to 10 to 30%, sustain to 0, and release between 50 and 100%. And the strange thing is that if you have a short blip on the keyboard, You get a long result. A long note gives you a short result. It's not useful, it's just interesting. So now we have the attack at 0, a short delay, 0 sustain, and a long release. Now I'm going to play some very short notes. And you can hear those holding on. And then I play some long notes. They give us a short blip. It's a very quirky result. So thanks for watching and listening, and I'm really sorry I went a little bit over 5 minutes. I was just trying to cram as much in as I could. And I've had a ball doing this course, and I hope you have too. So all the best for your future musical creations. Bye.